This is the state of Arizona, and I'm here at the Territorial Prison. You must have seen all these Western movies on TV or movie, and you know, when they had bad guys, they usually ended up here in this prison here. I think over the years they had almost 3,000 inmates. I'm not sure if anybody escaped, but well, you never know, right? And here they actually talk about the wetland area they have down here, the east wetlands. They also had boats coming up roughly to this location in the past, steamboats, and they basically merged two smaller cities here, the Colorado City and Arizona City, and it became, in the late part of the 1800s, Yuma. So I don't know where the name came from really, but we know it as Yuma today. I'm wondering if it's possible to come down there and go all the way down to the river. I will try at least. But first, we need to go and pay some entrance fee here, I guess. I am finally inside. I had to pay $6 to get inside. I think general admission is $8, but I got a discount, so I can't complain. And this is really an interesting place. They talk about the very, very important Colorado River crossing here that people used for hundreds of years, right? Even the ANSA expedition arrived here and were staying here for a while, and everybody used this place to pretty much cross over to California or back and forward. And they talk about this famous expedition here in the late 1700s. They basically walked from I think it was Culiacan up to San Francisco. And I have to say, I really like this bridge here. The old bridge. Wow. And I asked them if it's possible to go down, and they said yes, but I have to walk out and kind of find my way down to this area here. And I might do that actually, because it's such a cool place. But this bridge, wow, that's a cool one. I think I will go back up and find my way into the prison cell area. That's always interesting. Another view of the prison here from across the river. They were really nice to us here because they put up a timeline, and here we have it. Somebody escaped. First escape by J. Lewis in 1878. Wow, so okay. And they had a machine gun too. Interesting. And the guard tower was built in 1882, and so on and so on. And you are actually looking at the guard tower right here. And underneath it is a huge water tank. They actually took up water from the Colorado River, filled it up in the tank, and all the prisoners here had to drink that water. You can imagine, right? Wow, very interesting. So let's go up. The main guard tower on top of the well. Or maybe not the well, but the tank, right? Let's take a look inside here and see if we can see anything. Well, it's kind of hollow if you look very carefully. man, this is a solid tank. Yeah, they have a nice view over this area here. And like we just saw, they had a machine gun up here. So they couldn't really be crazy down here. Aha, we have a train somewhere. Where is it? I hear it. I can't see it. It's lower than us. Well, you see kind of the top of it. And you can definitely hear it. And it's passing this historic bridge here. What a great view. I think this bridge was from the early part of the 1900s, so it's not very, very old, it's just old. I have to pass this funny looking gate in order to get to the real prison area. And they have a museum here, right here. And the Territorial Prison was built in 1875 according to the info. Inside this museum here, they kind of illustrate how the prisoners look like. You know, they were dressed up in black and white stripes. They talk about a graveyard they had here. Of course, somebody died here, right? They also had some tools. They have a pickaxe and some restraints so they couldn't escape and all that. And up on this wall we have a few posters of these really bad guys, right? And what do you think about this one? A Gatling gun. Maybe they use this to keep these inmates in order, right? This is a beautiful piece. My God. Yeah, you put your ammo in the magazine here. And then as soon as you turn that thing here, it started to shoot. And this one had, let me see, is it 2, 4, 6? It looks like 6 barrels. That is very, very nice. I think I need one of these. And some of these guys were actually connected to Tombstone. You see the revolvers they have in the back here. And I have to film from the side here, but these are pictures of escapees. You know, they escaped, they took off. How they did it, I don't know, but of course they managed to do that. But it's very hard if you're tied up to one of these balls here, iron balls, right? That must be very, very heavy, right? And of course, we have some really, really beautiful rifles here. Look at that. They say the upper one is a Marlin, caliber 45, a Winchester, another Winchester, and another Marlin. So there you have it. You definitely need these to survive out here in Arizona. So it's really a nice setup. Let's go out and check out the prison cells. look at this. Look at the doors. Solid iron. And they made sure the locks were far away so they could not stretch out their arms and kind of open these. That's pretty smart. They really did some thinking in the past. Same here. The padlocks are far away from these doors. And I'm telling you one thing, you don't really want to be in here. Wow. Crazy. I have seen a similar prison in Mexico. It's the same horrible thing, right? It's really bad. Basically what they do down there, they basically lock you up in something worse than this, and they throw away the key, and they come back like 10 years later and see if you're still alive. Anyway, these are the original iron bunk beds made in 1901. And they are not very big though, and probably not very comfy. Can you imagine? Wow, they must have had rats, fleas, all kind of stuff crawling around in here. Not to mention the smell. 12 guys in a cell like this, oh my God. They did not have any toilets, I'm telling you. And here we have a dark cell. All right, let's go inside. It's really, really dark. It's like going into a cave, and even though they don't have any people in here right now, it's still a skunky place, I can tell you that. It's smelly. You can't really see much. But imagine if you're locked up in here, this is what you see. This is your only light. I managed to find an additional flashlight here. And if you see here in this corner here, they have this ring. And that means they could probably lock you up and tie you down to this one. So you could definitely not even move in here. Wow, scary. And in this corner, we don't have it. But right here, there is another iron ring down here. So being chained to this one wouldn't be that fun. Over the years, they also had women here. And they say that they had, if I understand this correctly, 29 women over 30 years. And they say it often caused a lot of chaos. Well, I can see that. Definitely. We have this beautiful bell here. And some information. They call it the prison bell. It was casted in 1875. And they said the weight was incredible, 800 pounds. They also say that originally they used this bell to warn people when somebody escaped. So if you heard that sound, then you know you need to watch up. It could be a dangerous guy on the run. The prison had over 3,000 inmates here over the years. And of course, somebody died here. And this is, as far as I understand, where they actually buried the people who died. And right now we basically have piles of rocks. And up here, they give us some information. So let's quickly take a look. Wow, we have a long list of names here. And they say, in memory of the inmates who lost their lives serving their sentences here, okay? And down here they say, of the 3,000 convicts, 111 died here. 111. I'm not sure if this is 111 graves here. I don't know. They also mentioned that some died of disease, some of accident, murder, suicide, all that stuff. So, of course, it was a crazy place to be. You don't want to be there? Absolutely not. And right now, we're looking at the ones who did not make it. I managed to find my way down under this beautiful bridge you see here. And I will just go closer to the water here. We have a lot of people having fun in this river here. And after all, this is probably one of the crossings people have been using for hundreds of years. The river is very narrow here. And yeah, it looks tempting. You can have a lot of fun under this beautiful railway bridge. And as you can see, it's kind of easy to walk. You can just walk across. That means it's not very deep. So let's go closer here. Wow. From a distance, this river looks kind of weird in the color. But here it's kind of clear. You can tell it's clear. I'm just thinking, what is actually in this river here? I mean, it's passing, you know, a few states, right? And a lot of agricultural crap will probably end up in this water here. So I wouldn't drink it, I would not. But the prisoners up here on the hill, they did. They filled up that tank they had and they actually drank this water, and that's probably why they died. It's crazy, but probably true to some extent. There are people all over the place here. They are just enjoying the Colorado River. And if you look up on this side here, they say Ocean to Ocean Highway, Yuma. But you can't beat the view. Just remember, people crossed this place for hundreds of years. What you see down here is basically the historic downtown of Yuma. It's absolutely dead now because of the high temperature. Right now it's 106 where I'm standing. So nobody's out until the moon is up. But since I'm here, I might as well just walk down the street here, okay? Let's do it. Well, we have a few tourists here. They like to basically get a picture of this sign you see up here. The gateway to the Great Southwest. It kind of is, if you think on it, at least in historical terms. Right now, it's just a dead downtown area. But I will find out here in a second what they have here. I think 5 hours later here there might be more people out. At least they have a cinema right here. And I counted the water bottles I had today. I drank the last few hours 11 bottles of water. That's how much you need in this super dry and warm heat, right? 11 bottles. And I'm still thirsty. Wow, okay. Well, not much is happening here. Let's see. I might go over to the other side. As you can see, we have almost no living things here in downtown. Just less than 10 people walking around in the heat, looking for nothing. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. But I can tell you one more thing about Yuma. This is a great place because they actually have drive-through liquor stores here in Yuma, and actually in many locations in Arizona. That's really cool. Actually, you just drive up, order a bottle of whatever, and take off. That is sweet. You see here? This is like the main shopping street here. It says open. Do you see any people? No. Oh, so don't go to Yuma when it's over 100. There is a saloon on the other side of the street here. It's probably open late. And maybe, I'm not even sure, maybe it's open now, who knows? It says, no, it doesn't say anything. I'm just guessing they have no customers, so why would they open? I would say this is kind of a dead center in downtown. They have this roundabout right here, and on the other side here, maybe another 300 yards, something like that, then, well, maybe 200, then they have another sign telling you that this is the downtown area. In the downtown area here, they actually have an old post office, and this building was built in 1933 as the post office in town, and these days it's actually a private corporation inside. I'm not sure why the post office left town. Maybe it was too small. And right next to the old post office we have a famous hotel. This is the Lee Hotel, built in the early 1900s as well. So at least they have a few historic buildings, and they use them for other things these days, of course, but you know, at least the buildings are still in town, and that's good. Well, I came to the end here, and all I can do right now is to look back into the downtown area here. So they actually put one of these signs on each side, so you really know what is considered downtown here in town, right? I'm like one street up from Main Street. And they have, I mean, this town is full of these pretty cool looking adobe houses. Looks like adobe at least, or maybe bricks. And it looks like they are not in use, so it will be really easy, I think, for a business to find a place to operate. They can just buy one of these or rent one, or, you know, things like that. And the last little thing here we have is the City Hall. We have to see the City Hall before leaving town. It's a super modern building. It looks like the temperature inside would be really cool because they have powerful new working air condition. If you go down to the downtown area, that's a different story. But all the bureaucrats, they work in here. Well, it's getting a little late here, and well, not late in a normal sense, but I have to drive back to town, and I hope you just enjoyed my little trip here to Yuma, Arizona. I will come back in the winter time and do more. I mean, you can spend a lot of time here. I did not have too much today, but anyway, we saw a few things. So see you next time, guys. Ciao.